In the ancient land of Israel, under the blazing sun and the vast skies, there reigned a king named David. He was a warrior, a poet, a man after God's own heart. Yet, even the greatest of men face shadows, and for David that shadow was his own son, Absalom. The third son of David was a man of striking beauty. His hair flowed like a river of gold, captivating all who saw him. But beneath that handsome exterior burned a heart filled with ambition and unrest. Years before, tragedy had struck the house of David. Absalom's sister Tamar was wronged by their half-brother Amnon. Enraged and vowing revenge, Absalom bided his time. He invited Amnon to a feast and, in a moment of calculated vengeance, ordered his men to strike down Amnon, and Absalom fled into exile, fearing his father's wrath. 3 long years passed, and finally, through the intercession of Joab, Absalom was allowed to return to Jerusalem. But the father's heart was still wounded, and for 2 more years, Absalom did not see his father's face. When finally they met, it was a cold reconciliation. Absalom, however, was not content. His heart yearned for power, for the throne that his father occupied. With cunning and charm, he began to steal the hearts of the people of Israel. At the city gates, he would stand, listening to the grievances of the people, whispering promises of justice and better days. In secret, Absalom gathered an army. When the time was ripe, he declared himself king in Hebron. The news spread like wildfire to Jerusalem. David, betrayed by his own blood, had no choice but to flee. He left the city weeping, barefoot, his loyal followers by his side, the Ark of the Covenant behind them as a silent witness to their sorrow. The battle between father and son was inevitable. On the fields of Ephraim, the armies clashed. David, though torn by the rebellion, instructed his generals, "Deal gently for my sake with the young man Absalom." But war shows no mercy. Absalom, riding his mule, found himself caught by his luxurious hair in the branches of a great oak tree. Joab, seeing his chance, thrust 3 javelins into Absalom's heart, ending the rebellion but also breaking the heart of the king. When the news reached David, he was overwhelmed with grief. He climbed to the chamber above the gate and wept. "O my son Absalom, would I had died instead of you, O Absalom, my son." Thus, in the halls of Jerusalem and in the annals of time, the story of David and Absalom was etched,